hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute.
And Donald got to be intercepted for the third time.
Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison in the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's Thomas on the return.
Oh,
still going. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
2nd and 5.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On 1st down, Jacobs. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers. Towards the end zone for Brown. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Antonio Brown, 38 yards. And the Lions are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken from about the 12. It takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. A first down throw, Darnold. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. On second down, Mostert. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The Lions on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 39. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, he'll step aside. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Raheem Mostert with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Lions are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Darnold's throw caught by his receiver Hill.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Darnold. This one to Jarwin over the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Darnold. This to Jarwin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Darnold from the red zone now. The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. Touchdown Raiders! Blake Jarwin from 13 yards out. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now on first down.
Kelsey, a nice catch. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And that is caught. What a catch at the 3-yard line. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Lions continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point try now for Vedvik. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the 50, it's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest and more like a coronation. And to call the second half, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
And he's looked really, really sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And quickly they get to the line. On 2nd down, Jacobs. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Pushes him over. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Running is Jacobs. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, Jacobs. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Team for the now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose, and that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. From the 38, Darnold. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They overload him that time on a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes against the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner,
Darnold, he lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought he may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And the busy night for Henry continues. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. He'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Anderson. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Lions will take him. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Back to throw, Darnold. And this This is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best design plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold, touchdown! Jacob Harris, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. Koo able to connect on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
so tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for two. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacob Harris, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good.
So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Tyron Johnson. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Take it in at the 3. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Take it in at the 3. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And oh, that is gonna be a safety.
Partner, I know I'm supposed to really describe what happened there. I'm counting on you for this one. That was one weird play.
Well, what I was going to ask you, in these situations, shouldn't these guys just dive on the football around the goal line rather than try to make a heroic return?
That's what they're taught. And sometimes in the heat of battle, sometimes that heroic stuff comes to the front when you really don't need it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on